There's a girl with big blue eyes and she helps you rise. She pushes you toward the surface gently but with a lot of determination. You want to return to the bottom of the sea where you had a great sense of well-being, but the girl prevents you. She has superhuman strength and forces you to obey. But before you take a breath above the surface, you see, albeit for a moment, a huge monstrous creature. Similar to a giant octopus trying to reach you and the girl from the deeper waters. At that point, you realize the girl wants to save you. Hi, friends! We're continuing on with some Innsmouth 22 today. Let's do this! You walk for a few hundred meters until you see in the distance a yellow light that looks like a sign. It's a diner, a cheap American restaurant. It's not great. The atmosphere is dark with little light and a heavy air that envelops the entire place. The walls are painted in an indecipherable color between brown and eggplant, and the ceiling is low, creating an oppressive feeling. Between brown and eggplant, so it's like it's got a purplish hue. The tables are old and worn, with wooden swivel chairs that creak when someone sits down. The menu offers classic American dishes, hamburgers, french fries. I wonder if they got any of them bacon cheeseburgers. You approach the counter. The waiter greets you cordially and invites you to sit at a table. Good sir, what can we prepare for you tonight? Why did I mean good sir? Why did I say good sir? Daisy, you say sir. Why did I say sir? Good evening. What can we prepare for you tonight? Good evening. I would like a hamburger, please, and also some french fries. All right, I'll bring them to you right away. Would you like something to drink? Yes, a beer, please. About to get lit. I'll bring you the beer right away. The table is located near a window. The waiter brings you an American beer. You read the label. It's produced. I don't read.
Sure, Jan.
It's produced in the Boston area. You taste it. It's a little bitter, almost spicy. After about 5 minutes, the food ordered arrives. 5 minutes? That's fast.
That's what she said.
Here you go, sir. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. As you eat, the waiter approaches you a couple of times to make sure you enjoy your dinner. Sir, did you arrive in Innsmouth today? How do you feel about our little town? I've only been here for just over an hour. I don't know the city, but it seems a bit, how to say, abandoned. This dude looks like an actor. He plays like a really dumb character. I forgot what. Oh, he looks like the guy in Idiocracy. One of the guys in Idiocracy who was the lawyer. I understand. There are a few people around, but I assure you it's a livelier place than it seems. In what sense? Is there social life? Not much. At least not in the usual sense of the term, but you can meet special people. Everyone wants to escape from here 2 days after arriving and then end up staying for a long time or even for life. What do you mean? What kind of people? Sailors, artists, followers of strange cults. Hold up. Eccentrics, kids who dropped out of school and live day by day. Well, it's a more interesting place than it sounds. I'm glad to hear that. At least I won't be bored. Get bored in Innsmouth? I don't think so. Just trying to understand what's beneath the surface. Is it Cthulhu? I hope to understand more in the next 2 days. Now I'm tired from the journey. I would like the bill, please. Of course. I'll bring it to you right away. Did everything go well? Excellent. Everything was good. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Come back whenever you want. You pay, leaving a good tip, and say goodbye as you go out of the restaurant. Suddenly, you think back to the bikers and surfers you met recently. You decide to go back inside to ask the waiter some questions, but you notice strange phenomena in the sky. I kind of want to look at the... I kind of want to ask about the people, but like... What a bright sky. It seems like there are many more stars than usual, and that they move in swarms. The sky seems changed with an incredible force. Some flashes foreshadow a storm during the night. The clouds are moving at an unusual speed. Strong wind is coming from the sea. You leave the diner and return to your hotel, ready for a restful night's sleep. You left home in Rome 15 hours ago. Now you're sleepy and dead tired. You walk through the narrow streets of the town. The houses are almost all the same. Some are larger with a porch at the entrance. You notice strange inscriptions on several houses and also monstrous creatures painted next to the inscriptions. The sky is clear and starry. Swarms of stars move quickly in front of your eyes. You observe the strange paintings on the houses. You observe the incomprehensible symbols painted on the... This sounds like something straight out of Mansions of Madness. Honestly, it feels like something's about to happen. Next to these strange paintings, there are some many symbols. They seem like phrases. I have never seen such characters. It is not an ancient language among these studied by archaeologists. They used no more than a dozen characters, too few for it to be some kind of alphabet. So there are two hypotheses. Either they are ideograms and each symbol represents something, or multiple characters stand for a letter or number. It's as if I came here for diving and find myself involved in one of my archaeological researches. I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds like he's already starting to work when he should be resting.
Yeah, you're one to duck.
You go into the room and get ready for bed. You turn off your phone and your PC. It's better to turn in. They could call me from Italy in the middle of the night with the 6-hour time difference. You slip under the covers and in a few minutes you fall asleep. Oh! You're woken up by flashes of light in the room. Your phone and laptop illuminate with messages and notifications received. You are too tired to check what it is, but out of the corner of your eye, you notice some kind of inscription on the computer. You quickly sit down on the bed. With some awe, you approach the PC and look more closely. The light from your monitor casts eerie shadows on the walls of the room, creating an almost psychedelic atmosphere. What the hell is this inscription? Does it look like something ancient? And how did it appear on the screen if I had turned off the PC and phone? You are perplexed by the inscription and try to understand what it is, but you're too tired to focus. You decide to let it go and turn off the computer again, hoping to go back to sleep. That was so loud. It was so loud. You collapse from being so tired. After a while, footsteps and creaking noises wake you up. Confused, you look at the clock. It's 1:45 in the night. Oh, like in the morning? What's happening? Why are there footsteps so late? You try to turn on the light, but there's no electricity. Has the power been cut? You shiver with fear. The footsteps stop near the door of your room. You sit on the bed with your heart pounding. I need to know what the hell is happening. You get out of bed and approach the door. You stop for a moment, take a deep breath, then open the door slowly. But there's no one outside. Maybe it was my imagination? I need to relax and go back to sleep. You go towards the bed and lie down, trying to ignore the noises and focus on your breathing. After a few minutes, you finally manage to relax and go back to sleep. Oh! Then you hear a total racket. Everything vibrates very strongly. The 3 doors in the window, it seems like an earthquake or someone shaking the doors with all their might. Then you hear footsteps behind the side doors of your room. You go to the front door and the other 2 doors barefoot and with your heart in your ears. You are certain that someone is behind the 2 side doors to the other rooms. Fear creeps inside you, but Fear creeps inside you, but you force yourself to remain calm. Who's behind the door? Who are you? Nothing. No answer. The silence returns. Absolute. Almost unnatural. You approach the desk where you had left the laptop and phone turned off. You are certain you turned them off again, but the screens are still illuminated. You move closer and see the same image on both devices. An old man staring at you with big, teary, almost white, blue eyes. The old man is motionless. He could even be dead. He looks very sad. How did this image get on my phone and my PC? They were off. At that moment, the old man on the screen seems to move and you get scared. Oh my god, he's alive. But who are you and what do you want from me? The old man remains silent and you realize it must have been just an image. You calm down a bit, but you're still shaken. The window glass starts to vibrate, first softly, then stronger. It's as if a heavy vehicle is passing by your house. The vibration becomes stronger. You want to go and see, but you are paralyzed by panic and remain motionless. What's happening? Why is the window vibrating like this? Out of the corner of your eye, you notice something happening on your computer. The old man is gone, but it seems like someone is using your keyboard remotely. You approach the computer and notice that many images are scrolling on the screen. What the hell is happening? At that point, you see images of a crowd of people. They're strange, the way they move and dress, and then the sea, the water, the depths. It's like people are fleeing from the earth, sinking. What's happening? Who is controlling my computer? You feel overwhelmed by panic. You try to stay calm, but terror overwhelms you. What's happening? Who is controlling my computer? You think there's someone in the room? Pay attention to the people to see. I would do the sea. Those people enter the sea. They have strange feet. The toes were not divided, but united as if they were fins. I'm sure I've seen an image of people in the water with fin-like feet, but I can't remember where I've seen this before. On the PC, it looked like a video, so they must be real images. But people like that with fin-like feet don't exist. Then everything ends. The images disappear from the screen and the vibration in the window stops. Your computer and phone are now turned off. What do I do now? I have to stay awake at all costs. Half an hour passes, then an hour. You are very tired but manage to stay awake. It's a huge effort not to fall asleep. At 6 in the morning, it's dawning. Maybe the danger is past. You fall asleep exhausted. You're jolted awake when there's a knock at the door. It's a polite call, almost as if the person doesn't want to disturb you. Who is it? It's Emma from reception. Sorry to bother you, but you need to hurry to the harbor for the diving. It's already 9. If you don't hurry, the dive center's boat will leave without you. You hurry up, get dressed, and get ready for the day of diving. You are wearing a t-shirt and shorts, sneakers, and sunglasses. In your backpack, put sunscreen, a hat, and beach towels. Equipment will be provided to you by the diving school. When you go down to the reception, Emma smiles at you. What happened last night? All that noise. Noise? We had a quiet night as always. What are you referring to? Could it have been just a nightmare? Now you have only one goal, to go out on a boat and dive into the ocean. That is, go down to at least 50 meters deep and experience again this feeling of immensity that you feel at the bottom of the sea. It doesn't matter, I have to hurry, otherwise I'll miss the boat. How long does it take to get to the port? 10-minute walk, it's easy. Walk out of the hotel and take any road to the right. They all lead to the sea. Once there, you will see the entire Innsmouth Cove. The port is more or less in the center. Go to Pier 1 where the diving school is located. You think Emma's lying? You insist on asking... Oh man, lying. Emma, last night there was a terrifying noise. It lasted several minutes. Doors and windows banging, booms outside the room, and strange noises inside. Lorenzo, I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about it. The night was quiet as always. I'm sorry you had a terrible night. You must have been very scared. Were there any other people in the hotel? Maybe you can ask them. These days, we only have 2 other guests who are regulars because they often come to Innsmouth for work. I saw them at breakfast this morning and they didn't say anything to me. Lorenzo, I'm sorry, but I think you had a nightmare. The reception phone rings. I don't have much time. I need to get some breakfast and then I have to hurry. Lorenzo heads to the dining room but realizes he forgot his sunglasses on the reception desk. He goes back to get them, but they're gone. Emma's not there either. Emma? Lorenzo calls her several times, but there's no answer. The whole hotel seems deserted. I wouldn't trust any of this. I have to hurry up. I'll take care of the glasses tonight. Emma must have put them inside. To leave the hotel... Oh, you leave the hotel and head to the harbor on foot. The streets are empty. Weird place, there's no one around. The hotel's on Main Street, and you start walking through those ugly gray houses you saw last night. You hit Water Street and decide to take it since it leads to the sea, just like Emma told you. You keep walking for about a mile, trying to spot if there's anyone around. Where is everybody? Is this a ghost town? You can't figure out where all the residents are. The whole town seems deserted. The street is silent and desolate. What's going on? Where did everyone go? I wonder if that phone call had anything to do with everyone disappearing all of a sudden. You walk slowly, trying to spot any signs of life. There are no sounds. All you hear is the sound of your footsteps as you get closer to the sea. Someone is living in these houses. Many windows are open, and some of the buildings have cars parked in the driveways. I know how to talk. Many windows are open, and some of the buildings have cars parked in the driveways, but there's not a soul in sight. What's happening here? It's like everyone just up and left the town. You see Fish Street and decide to take it, since you saw on the map that it leads straight to the harbor. You start heading down the sloping road, and after 5 minutes, you catch a glimpse of the blue sea. Finally, the sea. At least I'm going in the right direction. You emerge into a sort of seafront, a fairly wide area with several trucks parked in semi-empty lots. You see rust everywhere, and the buildings inside are damaged by the salt air. The feeling of abandonment is amplified by a strong smell of fish. There's a terrible stench everywhere. A couple 100 meters away, there are a few small cargo ships and fishing boats moored at the docks. You decide to head in that direction. What a dump. I hope the diving school lives up to the expectations. It looked really good on the website with all the latest gear. You head towards the harbor, hoping to find the school. And maybe someone who can answer a few questions about this weird place. You feel uneasy. Let's hope this 2-day diving thing doesn't turn out to be a terrible idea. You arrive at the port and see the sign of the scuba center, Plum Island Scuba. You have finally reached the place you were looking for. I see people. There they are. I finally found them. You enter the office of the scuba center and is greeted by a smile of a beautiful brunette with long hair and stunning blue eyes. Hi, are you Lorenzo? Are you the Italian who booked the dives? Yes, that's me. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. My name is Emma. We are waiting for you. You're a bit late. Yes, I'm sorry. It took me a while to find you. Emma, you too? You're the second beautiful girl named Emma that I've met in this place. Yes, I know. She's my cousin. She works at the hotel where you're staying. Cousins? With the same name? I'd be so upset. Like, why would you do that? Just make it harder at family gatherings? Really? In our family, Emma's an important name. You know, in honor of a boat. A two-masted sailboat that changed the fortunes of family forever. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Interesting story. You can tell me more later. Did you sleep well? Not much. I still have to adjust to the time difference, and I didn't sleep a wink last night. But don't worry, a nice bath will wake me up. By the way, could you prepare the equipment I requested in my mails? You carefully check the equipment. The wetsuit, fins, scuba tank, all snorkel all seem to suit you. The mask is strange, of a type you have never seen before, but you think it will be fine. Yes, everything seems to be in order. The size of the fins and wetsuit appears to be right. Great, you have sunglasses, right? There's a very strong light at sea, and without sunglasses, you could damage your eyes. I had them, but I lost them. Take these. These sunglasses have clear yellow lenses. They'll help protect your eyes from the sun. You turn the glasses in your hands. They look like 3D goggles. You have never seen sunglasses like this before. You look around, observing the harbor. You see no pleasure boats, only fishing boats and small ramshackle cargo ships. The area seems desolate. Despite the beautiful sunny day, the calm sea has a very light color, almost wintry. The water reflects an incredible amount of light and is dazzling, almost unnatural. The sea is really strange. I've never seen water of such a clear, intense, and dazzling color. Meanwhile, as Emma prepares the boat for the excursion, you wander away from school, strolling around the harbor. The stench of fish invades your nostrils again as soon as you approach the docks with the other boats or try to enter one of the small streets that lead to Innsmouth. Despite the stench, you enjoy watching the harbor and admiring the sea towards the horizon. Looking at the sea, even this dull place becomes fascinating. I kind of wish they had more, like, the images are very pretty in this game. I kind of wish they had actual, like, I would love to see what they mean about the water, because I love the ocean. It sounds nice. They're making it sound really nice. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. In the distance, you see some small islands, perhaps 2 kilometers off the coast, and a closer cliff, 700 to 800 meters from the shore. It doesn't seem artificial. It's rugged, as if it were made of natural rocks, with colors ranging from sand to very dark brown, almost black. After a few minutes, you return to the sub-school. These distant islets look interesting. I would love to explore them while diving. Yes, it's a nice place, full of shrimp and other crustaceans. Many divers go there to see the fish, which are searching for food. Today, we don't have time to stop. We'll go to the open sea to the Orange Shoal. I'm ready. Shall we leave immediately? Yes, of course. The others have also arrived. Today, there are 5 of you diving. Great. I can't wait. Perfect. Emma chats with 4 people. Then she turns to you and calls out to you. Lorenzo, can you come here and let me introduce you to our companions? You approach and are introduced to Chris and Tom, 2 guys in their mid-30s and a couple in their 50s, Sarah and John. Hey, Lorenzo. Good to meet you. Are you ready for the dive? Hi, Chris. Yes, I'm ready. I'm very happy to join you. There will be lots of things to see underwater. We're all excited. Emma told us you're a champion's freediver. Yes, that's true. Lorenzo dives down to 100-meter depths without scuba tanks. We can't wait to explore the shoal seabed together. I'm glad there are several of us. We'll definitely have fun together. Before we leave, would you like some coffee? There's also muffins offered by the house. Emma looks at you with a smile on her lips. You, Lorenzo, might need it. Thank you, Emma. I would gladly have a coffee and a muffin if it's not a problem. Sure, let's go get them together. With the groups of divers and Emma, you have a coffee before setting off to the dive. Come on, guys, let's hurry up. Get on the boat and stow your belongings in the 2 compartments, bow and stern. Bow and stern? Oops. We need to leave as soon as possible. It's a beautiful day. The weather forecast warns that the weather may worsen in the afternoon. Let's go to the Orange Shoal, which is about 6 miles from here. Pretty! You and the group hurry to board the boat, an aluminum motorboat about 10 meters long with 2 outboard engines of 200 horsepower each. Ooh. It has a covered space for the pilot and 2 holds, one at the stern and one at the bow. Not a modern boat, maybe 20 years old, but diving schools often use boats like this. Check your equipment again. If you forget something, I won't be able to hear you. Help you? I only have on the boat what Lorenzo and I need. Do you have sunglasses? Here, sun rays reflect on the sea surface and create strange effects, even hallucinations. It can also damage your eyes. Lorenzo, I recommend you also wear the glasses I gave you. You nod and put on the glasses. Is that an actual thing? Like, people have to wear sunglasses while they're going in the scuba diving? I feel like that's excessive because you have the goggles too. Unless on the way there, you have to have it on. Everyone settles into the boat. Emma quickly removes the moorings and starts the first engine to leave the port. You move away from the dock slowly, with only one engine at idle. Oh, okay, yeah, you're just setting out. I thought you guys were already trying to scuba dive. You move away from the dock slowly with Emma pilots very cautiously. You pass by the islets. Those are the plums from which we took the name of our school. Passing by the islets, Emma accelerates using the second engine as well. The speed must be about 20 knots. The sea is very calm and sparkling. You and Emma wear the strange yellow glasses, unbranded with a thicker frame than usual. You are at the bow and look at the bright horizon and the almost transparent water. At some point, you seem to see a long dark mask on the horizon, maybe a cliff. After a while, the color of the cliff turns green, changing from dark to light emerald, full of light, and the cliff starts moving. Waves seem to roll around the reef, and what look like waves come to life. I'm reading like a robot. It almost feels like, what is happening? Waves seem to roll around the reef. Then what look like waves come to life. They're very long, bright green tentacles, sometimes not visible, sometimes very clear. At times, they're very well distinguished. You can't speak. With your arm, you signal to Emma, pointing to the tentacles, but Emma remains calm and smiling. The other passengers, looking in the same direction, seem not to notice anything. It's the glasses, isn't it? You look again, but now the view seems blurred. You see very well up close, but on the horizon, you can no longer distinguish anything except a glare. Let's go to the orange shoal. It's about 30 meters deep. We should be able to reach the bottom. Emma, did you see those tentacles? They were green and luminous. They seemed alive. Oh, yes, I saw them. Don't worry. They're just a peculiarity? Don't worry. They're just a peculiarity of these waters. Many people here have hallucinations. That's also why you have to wear the glasses. Huh? But now we have to focus on the dive. A wonderful sea awaits us down at the orange shoal. You can't get that vision out of your head, but you focus on preparing your diving equipment and the next dive. Lorenzo, wear the mask, otherwise you can't see anything. You wear the mask and try it on. It is perfectly waterproof, then you take it off. Okay, here you go. Now we go down and follow the bottom until we reach the shoal. Lorenzo, please go down first. See if we are above the rocks or if the bottom is sandy. I almost want to take off the glasses. You take off your glasses to prepare for the dive, but decide to look at the horizon for a while. Without glasses, a blinding light prevents you from seeing well. Before putting your glasses back on, you try to look at the horizon, but your vision is blurred. Lorenzo, without glasses, you will have vision problems tonight. Some have had corneal damage. Yes, you're right. There's a blinding light. Is this a normal thing? I've never heard of this. I've been out to on sea like a few times. I guess not like up where he's at in Boston, so I don't know how the light conditions are there. But like, yeah, it's pretty bright. I don't think is it blinding? Is it? I don't know. Maybe because like he does have lighter eyes, and I know people could be pretty sensitive to light, but how would she know that? How would she know that he would be sensitive to light? I don't know. Ooh, pretty. You nod, then dive into the water. You feel the cold water on your skin, but after a few seconds, you feel comfortable. You're very focused on the dive you're about to take. As you descend, you notice that the water becomes darker and deeper, and the bottom keeps moving away, but the fins give you a right push and keep you moving forward without much effort. After a few minutes of descent, you finally see the orange reef. It's a huge rocky formation rising from the seabed, surrounded by swarms of colorful fish swimming around. You are breathless in front of their beauty. You feel like you're in another world, far from everything, immersed in a peace and beauty you've never experienced before. And in that moment, you know you will never forget that experience. You want to reach the bottom of the reef, as you used to do as a child, and stay there admiring the beauty of nature. Then it's time for you to resurface. You have learned to start with a short dive first. There's rock below. Perfect. It's a nice spot, full of fish. We can stop here. Emma turns off the engines and prepares to drop anchor. We are at 6 or 7 miles from the coast. Get ready, guys. We'll all jump together, and please, no unnecessary risks. You start dressing, taking turns using the holds below deck. After 5 minutes, the whole group is wearing wetsuits, tanks, has a mask on their foreheads, and fins in their hands. Sarah and John are adjusting their fins. Emma already has the mouthpiece in her mouth and is making some final adjustments to her wetsuit. Is everyone ready? Let's go then. Emma dives first, followed by the others. The water is cold, but you feel excited and focused. You look down and see a sandy seabed not far away. You start swimming in that direction. After a few minutes of swimming, you reach the other rocks. They are very large, full of crevices and caves. You illuminate shoals of fish swimming around you. You turn around and see that Emma is following you. She is about 20 meters from you. At one point, you see a large shadow moving behind a rock. Emma, look over there. You signal, pointing at the shadow. Emma turns and looks in the same direction. She signals that there are no problems. You continue to watch attentively, but you don't see anything strange anymore. You all make several dives in groups of 2. You are with Emma, and you reach the bottom of the reef in a spot far from others. You are on the border of the reef because you can see a much deeper seabed nearby. Emma indicates to you to go further and returns to the surface. This is the border of the reef. This is the border of the reef. If you go beyond, the seabed is about 80 meters deep. Do you think you can descend that far? I should. I'm not that very trained, but it used to be normal for me to get to those depths. All right, let's give it a try. You swim for a few minutes looking down, then Emma signals you to look below towards the seabed. There's a very bright and shimmering green light at the bottom of the sea. It's a small light, but very intense. What is it? It could be the wreckage of an old boat. The reflections are possibly due to something metallic. The water around here often has a strange light. Shall we go down to take a look? Of course, you'll see it's a beautiful seabed. You try to descend about 30 meters, but then you signal to Emma indicating your tank. Your air is running out. You descend towards the surface and Emma follows you. My tank is running out. Don't worry, I'll help you with mine. Let's try to reach the green light. Okay, but let me do some breath holding first. I'll dive down and use the remaining air to come back up. The seabed is about 80 meters deep. That doesn't sound great. That doesn't sound great at all. You don't hear the answer because you're already immersed. You feel a huge desire to reach the green light on the seabed, or whatever it is. You descend meter by meter until you finally see it all up close. In those moments, you feel like a kid again, when you were a free diving champion. You have a diving torch on your mask, and when you turn your head to look at the seabed, you can see quite well. On the seabed, there are stones arranged in a geometric shape, as if forming a pyramid. It's clearly a man-made artifact. You manage to touch the source of light. It's an object covered in algae, about 30 to 40 centimeters in size. You try to pull it towards you, but you can't extract it from a group of rocks where it's wedged. You wonder how it is possible that an object covered in algae at a depth of 80 meters emits light. You know you have only a few seconds left before you have to ascend. As you tug at the object, you glance around and the torch on your mask illuminates everything. The water is incredibly bright, a very bright emerald green. You think it's the algae, but then you realize that something strange is happening. The entire mass of water around the object, first for a few meters, then for tens of meters, then beyond, much beyond, is lighting up with a light green color. And you hear it. At first you don't understand what it is. And you focus your attention, you're certain it's a breath, slow and very deep. At a depth of 80 meters, surrounded by a brilliant light green water, you hear it again, a breath slow and very deep. It's as if a huge creature is coming back to life. Panicked, you give one last tug to the object, pulling it towards you with all your strength. You finally manage to tear it from the rocks holding it. You're just in time to ascend. It's Cthulhu! I knew it! You remain to listen to the breath at the bottom of the sea. You research among the rocks to see if there's more. Non capisco cosa sono questi rumori. It sounds like the breath and heartbeat of a living creature. No, it's not possible. It must be a delusion. Emma waves at you to hurry up. I need to understand what it is, but there's no time. I have to go back up. I have almost no air left. As you ascend, you feel pursued by the breath and can't control the ascent sometimes. You turn around and for a moment you see it. A huge creature is looking at you. All right, friends, and that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out our memberships for some cool stuff. And if you like live gaming content, my Twitch channel linked below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!